Standing at an imposing 6 feet 10 inches tall and possessing exceptional athleticism and strength, Dwight Howard skipped college. He entered the 2004 NBA draft, where he was selected as the first overall pick by the Orlando Magic. The Atlanta native quickly rose to prominence for his physical presence and defensive prowess and earned the nickname Superman, which ticked a certain someone off. But that's a story for another day. A devout Christian since his youth, Dwight was proud to speak about his faith. He slept under a wooden cross and a framed copy of the 10 Commandments. He prayed twice a day, once before school and once before bed. He went to Bible study on Tuesday, teen ministry on Friday, and church on Sunday, where he started a youth program called Top Flight Security.
Top Flight Security of the world, Craig!
And he told everybody that he'd someday persuade the NBA to superimpose a cross over its logo. He entered the league as a virgin and wanted to be a positive role model to his young fans and teammates. After just 3 years in the NBA, he knocked up Orlando Magic cheerleader Royce Reed. And this was just the start of Dwight's transition from Bible thumper to having one of the weakest pullout games in the league. As of this video, he has 5 children by 5 women. These days, the controversy surrounding his personal life is more likely to make headlines.
Now, I want you to know, I'm not gay or anything. I'm just a little nasty sometimes. I don't want to offend you. Child, Dwight, what you got going on, baby?
Before we jump into this mess, be sure to scoop up some goodies to munch on at rrgsnacks.com, our online concession stand that has an assortment of beef and bacon jerky, blue raspberry licorice, and butter toffee peanuts. Growing up in the church, Dwight made a commitment to do right by God. In an interview with BeliefNet, he admitted that temptations of the flesh were difficult. He added that the only way for him to deal with it was to run from it and stay away from situations that might make him slip up. Well, he slipped up over and over and over again. After welcoming a child with Royce, he had children with Tiffany Render, Christine Vest, Hope Alexa, and Melissa Rios. Sadly, Melissa passed away in March 2020 following an epileptic seizure. In 2012, the Jasmine brand website reported his income as over $1.3 million per month. So some of his children's mothers drug him into court for more child support.
I think there's misconceptions about me that I'm a gold digger.
He has also countersued Royce for talking smack about him. In between all of his children's mothers, he also dated several women that he didn't conceive children with, including a brief marriage to WNBA star Tia Cooper sometime around 2020. No matter how many women he dated, Dwight could never shake the rumors about his sexuality. Back in 2018, a media influencer named Mason Elijah took to his Twitter to reveal he had been in some sort of relationship with Dwight. Mason even posted screenshots in which Mason questioned Dwight's openness with his preferences and if his family and friends know about his fondness for dating transgender women. In response, the person, who Mason claims to be Dwight, doesn't openly admit his preference for the same sex. However, he describes himself as being free. Mason ended up filing a lawsuit, claiming Dwight and his team threatened him after he refused to sign an NDA after their alleged relationship ended. Mason also made explosive claims that Dwight was going in raw with multiple people at transgender boot-knocking parties, and that Dwight had an understanding with a transgender woman that he would pay for their encounters. Dwight later countersued Mason for $10 million for slander, invasion of privacy, and abusive litigation. Dwight accused Mason of trying to use him for social media clout and to drum up support for his novel called Industry. Dwight said he suffered severe emotional distress and physical and mental harm due to Mason's claims, and he demanded Mason's lawsuit be thrown out. During an interview with Fox Sports 1, Dwight said he isn't gay, and the allegations also brought out a lot of emotions from people around him.
I saw all the hate, the pure hate from people that I've never met before, just pile up everywhere I went.
He said it made him realize that some people could be afraid to be themselves because they fear how others will perceive them. Mason has doubled down on his accusations, and his tweets are still on his Twitter account. As for Dwight's request to get the case tossed out, a judge sided with Mason in July 2019, which meant the case would go to trial. By March 2020, the case was still ongoing, but things had stalled out. Dwight said he had never met Mason, and Mason said they were in a relationship. The problem was that neither wanted to turn over any evidence to prove their case. As of this video, it appears that the case is still ongoing. And that brings us to July 2023 and a fresh set of messy allegations. A man named Stephen Harper filed a lawsuit against Dwight for assault and battery after claiming Dwight pressured him into having some three-way fun with a man dressed as a woman. Stephen provided the court with the alleged explicit text exchanges between him and Dwight. In the court docs obtained by Radar Online, Stephen alleged that Dwight responded to his Instagram message by texting him a devil emoji. After allegedly sending Dwight his cell phone number, Stephen claimed their conversation got really spicy. In one exchange, Dwight allegedly responds that he's into freaky stuff, but he allegedly added, "Now I want you to know I'm not gay or anything. I'm just a little nasty sometimes." They finally agreed to meet up at Dwight's home. When Stephen asked who was at the residence, Dwight allegedly answered, "Nobody, my son in his bed," and he instructed Stephen he would just have to leave before everyone wake up. When Stephen arrived at the home, that's where the alleged incident went down. After the allegations made headlines, Dwight told Way Up with Angela Yee he wasn't focused on people who are conspiring against him. He's more focused on releasing his new podcast.
All the other noise that people say about whatever they think my personal life is, that's my personal life.
Right.
And I would never make public statements about anything private of mine when it comes to who's in my bed or anything like that.
However, former basketball player Kendrick Perkins said it best in a tweet. "I don't care what that man do, to be honest, but man up and don't lie about it." Kendrick went on to say that most teams don't want to deal with the type of distractions that Dwight has been embroiled in. Perhaps Kendrick was right because Dwight is no longer in the NBA and was forced to take his talents to Taiwan to play for the Taoyuan Leopards in 2022. Are you surprised by the Dwight Howard allegations? Let us know down below.